Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one taken just inside the 10. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
Good! Waiting!
Check mark 54! Line 54!
Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up!
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Set! 380!
Check 55 to Mike! Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 26. Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. Cousins gives way to Cook. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough third and 8.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Gun. Hey, we're good, we're good.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They go play action. Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd and 11 now. Foles, the screen pass here to Cohen. Got some room at the 30. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
What is?
54 Mike.
Man, let's get some penetration here. What we got? What we got?
Check. Fresno.
Here we go.
On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And the Vikings first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Gun.
Check right 54. Right 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Throwing, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
3rd and long for Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch 54.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Go, go, go.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Here we go. 180.
54. Mike 54. You must be dreaming.
Down to hit.
Foles. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. It got his man complete. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Set! 180!
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Danny.
And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Foles. That's complete to Butler. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. It's complete to Robinson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 83 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Easy. Mike 55. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Throwing on second down. Foles. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Bears on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. They're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Greystone travel.
2nd and long. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he finds his tight end, Graham. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Brings up second and goal.
The ball situated at the 9, second and goal. They run. This is Cohen. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll drop to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3-and-out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
A gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 14.
Hey, here we go. I got you.
Check 55 to Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Robinson. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Gun.
Throwing on second and long. Cousins going up top. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike. Don't get nervous.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Throwing is Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From his linebacker spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Foles. And he finds his man. That's Butler. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Let's go!
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
You ain't doing nothing.
On first down, it's Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here comes Miller. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Hard throw, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? Back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Gun!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. High throw, but he makes the catch. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go ahead.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
Run.
Focus, defense, focus. 58 for Mike, 58.
Draw play, Madison. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
58 to Mike. I got you.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. To throw, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
2nd down and goal. Cousins looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd and goal. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Bailey's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Go, go, go.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Twist.
Here we go.
Throwing on second down. Foles. This is Miller, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Check safety.
12.
54's Mike.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Madison. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. To throw is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go, G. It's just me and you. It's just
Breaker Omaha.
Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
Ready?
54. Mike, 54. I got
it. Again, it's Cohen. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Foles. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
They start the drive with Cook, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got nothing there.
Again, it's Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Don't get nervous. Right there, 54, right there, right there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
A gain of 15.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And some room to roam now. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
As many games as the 2 of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the 1st quarter.
They were gone in the 1st quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
I know you
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Watch the slash. Watch the slash.
On second down, this is Madison. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Foles. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They run it again with Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And it's third down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Down to lose one.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire